Hey. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Vowz. My name is LaFlower Bowie, and this is
Marcus Bowie.
Guys, we are so flipping excited to be back in the building. We've been making some changes. Sometimes we got to pivot and move when things change, but we are so excited to be back here with our BTV family and to rock it out with you guys. It is summertime in the country. It's summertime in Texas. How are you feeling, babe?
I'm feeling pretty good. I know it's extremely hot outside. This weather's unpredictable. It's been raining like multiple times today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just glad to be back in this seat, back with my favorite host. And we're going to get this thing rocking. I know y'all been missing us for the last couple weeks or so, but now we back in effect. Ready to get it going.
We are back in action, guys. And we were talking about, last time we watched the fight. So I don't know if anybody watched the fight last night. If any other couples, you guys like watching fights, we went about an hour and a half out to go
some of our family. To go to College Station.
Oh my gosh, we were hanging with some of our family. Shout out to my brother and my sister out there, guys. But we had a blast. So I know that more and more of us are, traveling and getting out and, seeing family that we haven't saw in a while. So we want to know, what are you guys doing to spend more times with family? Anybody else out there, traveling more and just opening up yourself more to trying to get back to living the way that we live. But babe, what were your thoughts about that fight last night? I thought it was a good fight. What did you think?
No, it was actually, a very exciting fight. I'm a Gervonta Davis fan. He's an up and coming talent, young guy. He reminds me a little bit of Floyd, how he moves, and ironically, he's with Mayweather Promotions,
right?
Mentored by Floyd. But he did his thing last night. And we also, his opponent was a Texas representative from SA. Shout out to San Antonio.
SA was in the building.
For Barrios. And he fought a hell of a fight, too. Credit to him. He stood in there. And the thing about Gervonta Davis, he jumped a 2 weight classes to fight this guy. So that's just kudos to him, his greatness, and what he's doing right now. He's on a totally different level right now. But it was a great fight. Sometimes you get in those main event fights that can get a little boring. They dance around trying to fill each other out for like 8 rounds, and then they might box each other for a couple rounds, and then, they go to decision. Well, this one was action-packed from the beginning, from the build.
It really was.
It was a really good fight, and Gervonta Davis brought his gay game, and, put in work, and now he's a 3-division champion, and there's only a certain amount that have done that, so
right.
Kudos to him, man.
It was amazing. So that's one of the things that we enjoy doing. Marcus got me into, watching UFC fights and all of those things. And so,
because I be trying to practice my moves on her. I probably try to put in a rear naked chokehold when she come out the back.
Really?
And then I try to pull in the triangle. But
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he literally tries to wrestle everybody in the house, y'all. So it's hilarious because the kids see him coming and they like, but that's one of the things that we do. So I hope that you and your spouse or your partner, you guys are definitely spending some time together. Make time for that quality time, because it's, like I said, it's summertime and the kids will drive you to a place that, challenges your thinking process. Sometimes it will stretch you, and with stretching you, it will also put a strain on your relationship. Because you're tired of your kids, and then you may speak with your spouse and you snap off on them when you didn't mean to. It's just the added stress that sometimes comes with the kids not having activities and everything like that, with just being a summer schedule instead of a school schedule.
I know for us, it was felt we felt a total reprieve and relaxed in the car. It was like a totally different feeling. As soon as we put up on the driveway, got down the street, it was just like, it was crazy. It was just like I could turn off dad mode, she could turn off mama mode. We ain't answering questions. We ain't trying to find something to eat. We ain't trying to, hey, go clean this, go put this up, go upstairs, do this, let's go over here, blah, blah, blah. So it's completely like you can turn off the mom and dad for a little bit and be yourselves. And it's like I was relaxed, calm, was able to focus on some other stuff I had in my thoughts and in my mind that day. But and of course, on top of it, we have a 7-month baby that's requiring all of our attention. And so just to have that moment of however long it is that you need, it doesn't have to be a whole fight night or just hours away. But as long as you can just get us, find some time in your day to detox, to unplug, to relax, and kind of recalibrate yourself, I advise you to do it, because it was just like, man, we ain't done this in a long time.
Yeah.
And also to get around some other adults without the kids was something that we hadn't done in a while, and it was just like, okay, I like this. Right. It's been a minute.
Yeah, so it's good for us to step away, because I know sometimes you don't want to, spend too much time away from the kids and things like that, but we need that adult time. So I want to pivot really quick, because I know one of the conversations that or one of the topics that's been coming up in some of our adult conversations, y'all, has been the beta man. The beta man. Okay. So if you guys have heard about the beta man, what do you guys think about the beta man? And I think you can explain the beta man. I want you to explain. Well, break down the alpha man and the beta man.
Hold on. Before I get into that, my lips are a little parched. Babe, what you got on the menu on today? We got a little beverage. My wife brought these little cups. You know what I'm saying? And I got me a little, what is this, babe?
Tonight we are sipping on a blueberry fruit wine. It's a sparkling blueberry wine, guys. It's really nice. My husband likes sweet drinks. So tonight we're sipping on a blueberry wine. You like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's pretty nice. So Lisa said the beta men are necessary. I agree with you, Lisa. Beta men are necessary. But for those who don't know about the beta man, babe, go ahead and break it down. Well,
my interpretation of a beta man is going to be different. I think women have an interpretation of their own of a beta man.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm clearly an alpha male, so I can only look at it from an alpha man's perspective. Not saying that a beta man is weaker or more lesser than your alpha males. It's more or less of a mindset that they have. I would kind of say they're almost more submissive to the relationship and to their spouse in their relationship. They have a tendency to be a little bit more subservient.
Right, you're right, Lisa.
For sure. Because you know what? To have a beta male, obviously you have to have an alpha female to know that he's a beta male. So yes, there are alphas in both male and female, and there are betas in both sides. But typically, to me, beta men are more looked at as being weaker. They're more softer, sensitive, more tolerant of things. And
it'll be nonstop. You're right, and so I do think that it's necessary because.
Did you just cut me off?
No, I didn't.
No, I was just playing. I was just playing. Yeah. But I wouldn't.
Oh my gosh, y'all, come get him! This blueberry wine got him tripping, and he only took one sip, y'all.
Hold on.
I really like these little cups. If y'all can see this,
I do not know where she got these little blue cups. These cups. I said
they're
blue
clear.
Cups. This wine got me on something. No.
He is something else, y'all. But I'm gonna have to get some blueberry. I'm gonna have to get some blueberry wine and some gifts and share it out. Yes. Come on, Chef Square. Pair some blueberry wine with some stuff. But go ahead and finish, and then I'll.
Oh no, I was pretty much done. But I mean, I think beta men have a negative connotation in today's time now, especially with there's this movement going on with the Me Too movement with the ladies, and then the men. You know, the what we got now. Shout out to Kevin Samuels with the whole.
Oh my gosh!
And this is kind of where this
y'all
coming
be watching
from.
Kevin.
High value men. How value men are classified as alphas. Men that are not considered alphas obviously are considered betas. They're the ones that's like in a way sitting there holding the purse, sitting there in the corner waiting on her to do everything. He's basically doing her beck and call. Whatever she asks, he's gonna do. He's not gonna fuss and fight. He's not gonna put up an argument. He's pretty much what we call a yes man, the beta man.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna let her finish this. Then I'm gonna hop in.
So, no, that's pretty much it. I mean, pretty much a beta man is a yes man. He's not gonna ruffle feathers. He's gonna be like, he's gonna put her on a pedestal so high that he's like, you know, she can't do no wrong. That he's like, I gotta just do everything she wants me to do. Period.
Well, y'all, this is what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that both men are necessary, right? Because you're gonna have women who are more alpha women, and I was that type of alpha woman, okay? And I think somebody made the comment that when you're an alpha woman, you think that you want an alpha male, but when they come in all of their alphaness, I cut them off. I'm like, I ain't got time to deal with you. You know who you think you're talking to? I'm not. No, like both of us can't win. Like I'm gonna have the last word. Like my agenda is the agenda that we are following, and not yours. But what I tell you guys, I dated beta men. I was in relationships with beta men, but it was an alpha man who knew how to maneuver, an alpha man who knew when to turn the alpha on and when to turn the alpha off, that caused me to grow even more in my wifehood, or in my wifeship, as I should say. Because the beta men, they told me yes all the time. I got my way, and I'm like, this is what it is. But it took an alpha man who was so confident in who he was. He was still cool with holding my purse. He was still cool with with me taking the lead sometime. It wasn't all about him. And so I think that's important in relationships for both of us to be able to step up and lead, and the other person be able to play the background when different seasons change. Right? Because there's going to be times when the woman she gotta come in there and do what she does, and the man has to be okay with that. He gotta be okay with it.
Like we talked about earlier, in probably one of our previous episodes, is, and I hate to use the word of being submissive, but it's not so much as being submissive, because everybody like, oh, I ain't being submissive. He ain't gonna tell me. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's like you have to play to each other's strengths. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I know I'm the man of the household and I kind of have the final say, but I suck at finances, like a budget, and I know we need a budget on that, and my wife is beast mode about that. Like she got spreadsheets, she got numbers down to the pack, she got a formula, she can tell you what we spent like weeks ago, what we're going to spend, and that's not my forte. I gotta step aside and allow her to lead in that area. And I got to come over here and look at her spreadsheet. Like, what's that?
How you do this?
What's that right there?
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. You got to play to each other's strengths. You can't just be like, nah. I'm doing the finances. I'm doing the budget. And it's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's not my area of expertise, because I feel like because I'm the head or because I'm alpha, I'm going to run that. And it works for females too. It's like, y'all have y'all moments. Y'all, I got this. I don't need no help. I could do this. And it's like, no, you're gonna need some help with that. No.
I think it also talks about the agenda of the relationship. How we talked about, we didn't see real growth in our relationship until our agendas were aligned. And so I think that's where a lot of the alpha comes in. But you know what? I think we got our special guests here.
We got some guests today.
We got some pop-in guests for y'all.
They just pop up.
They just popping up. on today, guys. So really quick, I want to bring on our pop-up guest on tonight's show to jump into this conversation about these men. We got the Scots in the building, all the way from H-Town to ATL, y'all.
Atlanta.
Hey. How y'all doing?
Hey.
What's going on, five people? Y'all looking good over there, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. So really quick, y'all, if y'all could just take a quick moment to, because did y'all hear the conversation that we were talking about the beta man?
Yes.
Okay. So we want y'all to officially introduce yourselves to the Beyond the Vowz family. This is our brother and sister, Deandra Scott and Justin Scott. So we man, they family though. I'm excited. So y'all just introduce yourselves so I want to hear what y'all got to say about this beta man situation.
Okay, how y'all doing? I'm Justin Scott, chef, entrepreneur, father, husband, God-fearing, loving life. Sitting next to this beautiful woman right here, my wife. Introduce.
Yes, hello, I'm Deandra Scott, and I am an actress, entrepreneur. I also work in healthcare. I'm a healthcare professional and wife, mother, and we're excited to be guests with Flower and Marcus.
Thanks for having us, you guys.
Of course. No doubt.
Y'all gotta try this blueberry wine though, for real. This stuff is so good. Jay, I know you can pair some nice stuff with
man. And also too, I know I just cut you off, but I'm just paying you back what you did earlier. Man, I'm letting y'all know, listeners, my boy Justin is a beast in the kitchen.
Serving traditions.
He got his catering business, man. If you're in Atlanta, hopefully he can bring some of that back to the H.
Food
bro, but
truck,
I'm telling you, y'all need to hit this brother up. He can, bro, whatever you want, he gonna put it in there. He gonna, bro, well, I can't even talk right now, so good.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
That good, right?
TLC, baby, TLC.
Put his ankles in it.
Right. So, guys, I know you guys been together for 15 years. How long has it been? 16, 17?
It's been 16. We've been married for 14. So,
wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, shout out to all of that love, all of them years. So we want to hear what was y'all thinking when we were talking about this beta man situation?
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's everybody goes through a learning process. You know, we don't come into a relationship with instructions or anything like that. So you got to learn as you go. You know, so. We've been through a lot, and I'm thankful for that. I've learned to be thankful for the hard times and the struggle times, because that's the time you learn from, and you learn from each other, And it's more about being instead of being codependent, which the betas tend to do is tend to be codependent. You have to be dependent on God. So you have to be dependent on God, and that is the way to get through the relationship. If two people are both dependent on God, then they will respect each other's decisions and wishes, because God's the one who placed that upon them to do so. So you have to outright respect that, and the relationship will go a lot easier once everybody understands that.
Come through, brother Scott. Come through. It's a whole little Sunday school lesson.
What's up, Deandra? What you got on the betas?
Hold on, pause. What you over there sipping on? Was that a cab? What was that, man?
Oh my goodness. It's a cab, and it's actually South African. It's a South African wine, vegan and organic.
Okay. That's what's up.
And I got it at Total Wines. A little bit later, I'll show the bottle in case anyone wants to grab it. But it's so delicious, and we learned so much about the wine process and like it being vegan.
That's important. We didn't know that most of the wines had egg in it to actually for the fermentation process and everything. So it's important to try out these new vegan wines, you know, so we can really kind of cut it all out and get the things in our body that we really need. So
okay.
So we over here drinking it.
I'm gonna be honest, me, I don't drink anymore. I don't drink.
Okay.
I used to drink, you know, I used to drink a lot. I've drank enough. You know, I drunk enough. Right now, I'm drinking on a little bit of coffee with some star anise. It's a healthy. It's like a healthy herb, and you know you can put it in. So star anise, it kind of helps with a lot of stuff.
Oh,
I've got some maca root mixed in with it. So check it out. It's on Amazon called maca root. But I don't drink anymore. Thank God.
So that's a lot of wine for me left. Since he doesn't drink it.
I tried, I know I love coffee, and I know we switch it, but I definitely want to hear Deandra's viewpoint on the Beta Man. But for the first time last night, I tried some condensed milk, like how it was almost caramelized, but not fully caramelized. I just put a spoon in my coffee, and I didn't need anything else.
You know, that's like the Vietnamese coffee. That you can get it's
that sweet cream.
What is it at Kim Sun? You can get it, and they give you the spoon with it on there, and you stir it in there just like you said. It's delicious.
All you need. I was like,
man, we need y'all back on for like the beverage and drink reviews. Man.
We're gonna have to do that.
Got a whole another show on that.
We're gonna have to open it here and do first test review. BTV, let us know if y'all want to do this review with us. So start doing some wine reviews with us on the show. But Deandra, come on, let's talk about this Beta Man situation.
I'm totally with Justin. Like he said, we've been through so many phases, and we've been through so many transitions that to where he's been in the the role of being the more dependent one, and I've been in the role of being the more dependent one. And then through everything, though, we've realized that the more we have each other, the more we have ourselves together, the more we can come into the relationship and really be a powerhouse for each other. So that's really that's the difference, you know. And I think if you don't have yourself together 100% or close, you know, we're all working on ourselves. Granted that nobody's at 100%, but the more you're putting into yourself, the more it helps all those different situations, you know, and then you will find yourself not being in these relationships with people who depend more on you or put more on you, and you can't really flourish and be yourself because you have to pour so much out. So
right,
definitely,
I like
because
it.
Sometimes a good two alphas might bump heads all the time. And so it's good to know how to pair an alpha with a beta, and the beta's alpha. But you can also kind of
it could be two alphas too. But I think that's when you go into that love and that marriage and stepping back. I think Marcus said, like, if somebody's really good at finances, take over. You know, so like you coming in and you wherever you're good at, that's when you need to take the reign. Right. And wherever the other partner is, they need to take the reign.
And trust their decisions.
Definitely.
Exactly. That's it. Now let me ask you guys a question really quick. Gotcha. Let me ask you guys a question. So I know, with me being an alpha woman, I know that my alphaness, I use that to overcompensate for some of the insecurities that I had, like some of the self-image stuff, or not really wanting nobody to get close to me because I didn't want them to, because I wasn't really confident with who I really was behind closed doors. You know, I still had some sense of unworthiness, and so that made my alphaness even stronger. Sometimes to keep people away, and other times to keep people in control, so they only saw certain versions of flour. And I think Deandra, you got, well, all three of y'all have seen the different versions of flour. Uh, so, and my alphaness would kick in almost like how, almost like a defense mechanism to protect myself. So when it comes to men, have you guys noticed that sometimes you guys overcompensate in areas to hide in deficiencies that you may not even realize that are there, or things that you know that are there, but subconsciously you like. So what y'all?
I'm gonna let you take that one, Jay, first.
I got you. Well, I mean, like I said before, we didn't come into this with instructions, so we had to learn. And sometimes you don't even know what you're missing. You don't know because you blind to the fact. You know, you have to be completely. Okay, me personally, I had to hit rock bottom and completely be stripped away of everything I love, everything I want, everything I had, everything to understand what I didn't have. I didn't know what I was missing. I didn't know how I was supposed to be until it was gone. Because right when it's in front of you, you might not know. So that comes with time. You know, two people have to really take the time to grow with one another, so they can really understand each other, and God will take care of the rest. He will. We can't change people. But God can. You know. So it's if we put our trust in that, in time, God will show you what you need and what you need to do to go forward to help that other person in a relationship and vice versa.
Wow, that's so major. You said you have to be stripped down of everything you had to realize what you didn't have. Wow, that's so weighted right there, to be stripped down from everything. Because sometimes, we get clouded. We get, between culture and the world that we live in, and moving fast and getting used to the way that we live, even if that is, stunning our growth spiritually and our marriage and our relationship. We get so comfortable and used to a way of living that you don't realize that there's so much more on the other side of this. There's so much more that you're missing out on. So to Brother Bowie over here, what you got to say about this?
So everybody got insecurities. Men and women have insecurities. Men have a lot of insecurities. It goes all the way back to when we're boys. Trying to, there's no manual on how to be a man, right, Jake? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you have an example. If you have your father in your life, if you don't, it's kind of like you kind of formulate what it is on your own by what you see, what you hear. Maybe you got a homeboy, you got brothers or something like that. But, that's the thing for us, is just trying to be a man, trying to get to the point where we're the head of our household. We got, children, trying to be a good father, trying to be a protector, do all those things that a man's supposed to do. And I think it gets lost in the sauce of actually what a man is. And, it causes us to be insecure about who we are, what we do, and how we move. Because some of us don't know how to be a man. We've never witnessed that. We don't know what that is. And it takes us, and it's always been the process where girls and have matured faster. When y'all grow up, y'all more mature, y'all know what y'all want.
Yeah, because y'all be tacky in
we
school.
Still be out playing and doing all type of stuff. Woo! And y'all just like, okay, it's enough of the games. Come on, let's take care of business. And so, we still trying to play games even in our 20s sometimes. So I think there's insecurities on both sides.
I think there's insecurities. Now, Deandra, for you, because I know we were raised in the same household and our personalities are not the same, but they're very similar. So,
what? Break pretty soon?
Yeah, in a minute. I just want to ask Deandra this question first, real quick. So, Deandra, I'm curious. So, how did you dealing with an alpha male with your personality type?
Yes, I am definitely a alpha male, a alpha female, and I have an alpha personality. And okay, backstory. My father didn't have boys until my brother, which is after me, and my father was a paraplegic. So we had to do a lot of what boys, quote unquote, usually do. And okay, let's say like mow the lawn. Or my dad was big on cars. And, I would be crawling up under the hood of the car and taking off the oil pan and unscrewing things and be, filled with oil and stuff. And I remember just washing my hands off with the little white cream, all these things that boys have memories of. And we knew how to change our tires so very early. It's just things that we knew how to be independent so very early. And it wasn't because, it was like, oh, be independent, for yourself. And eventually it was, but we were so young that we was helping our father, and we were just doing things that he needed help with. And he didn't have boys first, he had my brother last. So a lot of those things was us just helping our dad out in the yard, around the house, and so coming into a relationship with such a strong individual, strong-minded, strong-willed, and he's a Virgo on top of that. So, everything has to be like perfect. He's like super meticulous about, little details and things like that. And vice versa, I had become those things too, just really into things and making sure things were done right and changing my own tire. And, so it was kind of like, well, if you want to change your own tire, change your tire, Deandra, instead of, I was just used to it. I was just used to being able to pull my stuff out of my trunk, get my tire on and off, and keep going on with my day. And so
I got it. That's the hashtag. I got it.
He would get so frustrated with me. And in the beginning, going to the question, in the beginning, I didn't realize that I might have been stepping on his toes or interfering in a way that makes a man feel like he's taking care of his woman.
Ooh, hold that. We gotta go to break. But you just said a whole lot. You said a whole lot. You gave about 5 Sunday school lessons to Justin, so y'all got a whole book. Now we gotta go to break. But Deandra, you didn't say that. Independent, I think sometimes we mix up independent with alpha, because just because you're independent and you are self-sustained doesn't make you an alpha. But sometimes I think in our society we use those words interchangeably, and it kind of mixes up the message. It's like I'm an independent woman. That doesn't necessarily make me an alpha female, just because I want to know that, as Deandra would say, I got it. And then to the women out there, I got it. That can hinder your relationship.
Yes,
it can hinder your relationship big time, because he know you got it, but let him do what he does so that he can, be the man. But we got to go to break. We'll be back.
Oh yeah, and when we come back, we want to find out how you guys started in y'all history together. So y'all get that story together.
Make sure y'all telling the same story.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist LaFlower Bowie is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and and open their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow LaFlower on all social media platforms at LaFlower Bowie. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Beyond the Vowz. We are rocking with our very special guests, our family, y'all, Justin and Deandra Scott. So I know we jumped into this whole beta male situation conversation, but let's rewind a little bit. You guys told us you've been together for 16 years. So how did y'all meet? Y'all don't look too old for me. Y'all met pretty darn young. So how did y'all meet?
You gonna go first, or you want
Okay,
to go?
well, I was, I guess we were out at a, was it a club or after hours type?
We met initially, the first time we laid eyes on each other was in the parking lot. So we were in the parking lot. I was with my best friend and another really good friend. I had just graduated. I was no longer in high school anymore. I had just graduated. It was the summer of 2005. And
hey, Jay.
My
bad, yeah.
on a summer break from college.
Yeah, he's home from college.
Hey, Jay, was this a parking lot pimping moment?
Definitely.
It definitely was.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the parking lot. Hey,
So I all I remember is pulling up into the parking space and just this knock on my window. I was just like not paying attention.
No time.
It was like a bang, 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 and I look over and it's Justin knocking on my window.
I had that vision. So I threw the call.
I was like, who is this knocking on my window?
Alpha on the hunt.
Yeah. So I let my window down and I was like, how can I help you? And he's like, he started running his game. He got a nice mouthpiece, y'all. He got a sweet.
Oh, he like, you can help me with that number.
But he started, and then I was saying, well, we're gonna go into the after hours. If you're there, I'll see you inside. And so I rolled my window back up, and we kept going all with the night, because it's like, and then we're in the car like, who knocks on your window like this? Like, come on now.
Tacky boots. Parking lot people, like, how many windows you done knocked on tonight? All right,
exactly. I was like, I know I'm not the only girl.
That's how we be thinking.
You was the only one, boo.
But guys, fast forward. So y'all fast forward all these years later, real quick. If you fast forward all these years, and you have 3 beautiful kids and all this amazing stuff, y'all didn't come a long way from parking lot pimping to where y'all at now. Amazing story. So what would be one piece of advice that you would give a couple who has put time in it, but they like, I don't know if it's worth it to still hang in here? What advice would you give to somebody, to a couple that's married, or even a couple that's about to get married?
Also, too, what is the secret sauce to y'all's relationship? Why have y'all endured the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs, the disappointments, just all type of stuff? What is the secret sauce that keep y'all together to this day? And y'all look good, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Well, for one, God, we knew if God brings it together, no man can tear it apart, and if we knew that if God brought us together, we had been through so much, and we just knew not to give up. We knew it was for a reason, and we stuck with that. Many times, there were times when we both probably wanted out, but what God had brought together was more important. The saying, it gets greater later, is true. It is definitely true. That's for just know God, and that's spiritually that will keep you together. Physically, sleep naked. That'll work.
Okay. Mhm.
I love it. Jay say his marriage tip is sleep naked.
God kept us together.
God put us
He
together.
said God keep us together, and we gonna sleep naked. That's
Boom. Marriage advice from Jay Scott.
what's up.
I love it.
I would say definitely agreeing like with everything Jay said. And I guess I would to add to that, I would say we both have had common goals in life. This entire time, especially when we met, we both about 75% of what we wanted out of life. We both wanted the same thing. And of course we're different and we have different, hobbies and things like that where, we like to do other things. But as far as, the big picture, where we saw ourselves and where we wanted to retire and just who we wanted to be in life, it was close to very much being the same. So, that itself has helped a lot with knowing that if we can kind of jump over hurdles and those life things that come at you, we both kind of will end up in the same place. So and I would say communication. I know it's so cliche to hear communication. I think everybody always says communicate, but it really, really is so very, very important. Kind of like when Justice said, when you butt naked under them covers, when you go on to bed, that's a good time to talk about the day, to talk about the next day, to talk about what's on your mind,
what you've done that day, what you could have done better,
how you feeling, and kind of what you, maybe if you expected something to happen that day and it didn't, and putting things on your partner's mind, on your spouse's mind, is something else really important, because we do on the Bible app, we do these marriage devotionals and we go through these different plans. And on one of those plans, it was saying that we were so hectic in our day, so much is going on in our personal day that we really just might look over something, or it really just might slip our mind. And it has nothing to do with not wanting your spouse, not wanting it, but it does take you to put it on their mind if you see that it's slipping. And that's where that communication comes in. And I think communicating is like top one or two, to keep things together, is always communication and your intentions, what it is that you still want out of each other and what you want out of life.
It ain't instant. Just because you get married, it ain't no insta husband, it ain't no insta wife. Y'all done signed up to grow and learn from each other, and one day you will reach the promised land. But it ain't. It not at the beginning. It take time,
But then that's when it's. I know some religiously it's called equally yoked, or in other ways you're through that time, because I know it doesn't feel like 16 years for me. Like it does not feel like that much time has passed. But within the time that has passed, we both really genuinely still, like I said, wanted the same things, going after the same things, wanting to accomplish those same things. And we've been able to kind of remind each other what it is we wanted out of life initially, and how close we are to those goals.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask,
I was getting ready to go to the poll question, but
gotcha. So you guys obviously got together extremely young, right? So I want to ask you guys, if there's a young couple out there that you can speak to, and you probably already answered it, but they have people telling them they're too young, they don't need to get married, they got time for that. I've always wanted to ask a couple that actually have been together for a long time, being so young. What advice or what can you tell that young couple that you guys experience that the naysayers going to say y'all are too young, y'all inexperienced, y'all have no idea what this is. And even though, like you said, Jay, it's like there's no perfect husband. You're not going to come in to be the perfect husband. You're not going to come in to be the perfect wife. So how can a young couple navigate their marriage to make it last?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it. And I understand that a little bit. I have an idea of what will make it work. For one, you got to be willing to grow with the other person. You have to know that this person is going to grow and they are going to change. You don't have to change with them. You still be yourself because you're going to change too. You're going to grow too. So each of you all know this. That will help you understand the process. Another thing is men want respect. Women want love. So the wives, give your husband respect for all that he does. And in return, he will love you for that. And it's a cycle, and that's how it works. That's what I think. That's my little view on that. Yeah.
Amazing. And that's so true. I think sometimes when we get into relationships, we want to be with that same person sometimes we want to be with that same person for the next 10 years instead of realizing like I'm with you now, but I'm committed. Being in this relationship with you, we're committed to growing together. Didi, what do you have to say about that?
I would say to the younger couples, we heard it too. Like, oh, you're too young. I was 18. Jay was like 23, 24 for a male to settle down that young is, that's very young for a male too, to just be like. So I would say, like Justin said, be willing to grow with each other, but also like, like something inside, something like tells you that I can be with this person. If this person was to get sick, I would take care of this person. If this person was to, do this or that, I would still be here for that person. I would still hold it down for this person because I'm into them so much, and not just on a physical into you, but I'm into you. I'm into your mind. I'm into your body. I'm into your soul. I'm into all those things. So many elements are pulling you or drawing me to you that I know that no matter what life throws at you, I'm gonna be here. And that comes with people having an opinion. A lot of people have had a lot of opinions about our relationship, but when we go home and when we close that door and it's just us in our home, we have to be able to look at each other and be like, we held it down, for each other, and we still got that common goal to work it out. And we've been there. We've been at times where we're like, forget it, but the greater than it was so much more bigger than just us and what we thought, that we always seem to gravitate back to each other.
Wow.
Even right, I
gotta jump into
I just want to ask something real quick, and I know she's gonna jump into this poll question, and I know it's gonna be crazy. I just want to ask real quick, y'all are parents, y'all got kids. What do you guys do? And I guess just kind of keep it brief as far as like y'all's time together without the kids. And do y'all schedule y'all's time together away from the kids? Y'all have y'all date nights, like, and what do y'all like to do?
Man, we turn up when the kids is gone. Yeah. We do, because we're still really young. We was really young then at that point. So, when they was babies, when they ate and went to bed, we made it a thing that we would put them to sleep. So we would have time, so we got lit. We just turn up. Like when we got the kids, we turning up just like everybody else. We turning up.
Right. We going out. We're doing everything. You know, everything we want to do. We want to fun. We gonna be young forever. You know. So we gonna be doing this all the way to the end. You know.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we have a poll on Beyond the Vowz. We have a poll question. Crazy. And we really just want to get your thoughts on it, like where you weigh in on this poll question. So tonight's poll question is gonna be about.
Brace yourself.
It's gonna be about tramp stamps. So
what is it about?
Tramp stamps.
Oh, tramp stamps. Oh, okay.
The tattoo.
So I want to know, how would you guys feel if one of your children, one of your daughters came home with the tramp stamp, you know, before she was an adult? So with this poll question, would you be okay with your minor child getting a tattoo? Also, you know, in more detail, a tramp stamp.
Well, I mean, in regards to the tramp stamp, I would say,
hell no.
Why would you spend the money on it if you can't even look at it? And who is that for? And why do you think someone else is that important for you to spend this money on this tattoo on you for someone else to look at? You know, at least put it somewhere you can see it and it's, you know, see what you pay for. You know. You know.
So Jay gonna go in with the logical, like, why are you spending this money on something that you can't even really enjoy? And who are you spending this money for? That are they really worth you spending this money on for them?
I got another. Now I want to add to that also the tramp stamp. I'm a victim of this, of my own kindnesses. But how do y'all feel about putting your spouse's name on your body? Would you do it?
I feel like, okay, so disclaimer, I don't have any tattoos. But I love Ink Masters. Like, Justin be tired of me because I'm always watching people get tatted up. Like,
yes.
I feel like tattoos is like another like real like work of art, you know. And I really like looking at beautifully done tattoos. But I never got one because I just haven't found I just haven't found something I want to just kind of like just to look at every day. You know, I change my hair so much. I change everything so much that I feel like I need like an eraser to like take it off and put another one on. You know, I don't think I have OCD, but I think OCD would kick in, and I'll be like, "Oh my God, take it off!" You know. So,
Vinny, how would you feel if one of your children got a tramp stamp?
Okay, look, this is how I feel, and I think we both feel, but me for sure. We've worked really hard raising our children. Right? We have put like so much time and energy into them that we feel like they will be respectable adults. Now, by the time they're old enough to make those decisions, it is nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to bash them, you know, but I might not necessarily like it either. But I feel like my parenting won't be done. But as far as like those important decisions that it's time for them to make,
right?
We've worked hard to like really show them good and bad decisions from what we've done to life, whatever. So I hope they don't, you know, but
yeah, don't get me, man. Shout out to everybody with tattoos. I am not hating because I don't see anything wrong with somebody else getting it. That's what they want to do. But me, I can only worry about my own part in every situation that I play. Therefore, I can only worry about my own tattoos, my own thing.
He don't have them.
I don't have any. But
He's talking about my own tattoos.
But I can't worry about anybody. I can't worry about other people's tattoos. I'm not hating on anybody's tattoos. you know, it's cool if that's what you want to do.
They're beautiful. I mean, it is so intricate. You got to sit through a lot of pain. It's like a painful process to come out with something so beautiful. And like if that's a sound decision that one of my children make, I'm not trying to drag them back to get a cover up or getting it taken off. You know, at that point, it's really nothing
that's what they
we
chose
can do about it.
So you guys just had that conversation, like Jay said. Now, what made you spend this money? So you guys just had that conversation with him.
Right, yeah.
I know our oldest, as soon as
I
she,
mean, we don't speak our mind to them, you know, but it's not a detriment, you know, because we're
Right.
hoping that everything we've done will pay off and they'll, you know, make good sound decisions.
and I know it will, because our oldest, you know, Deja, she got her first tattoos when she was 18, 19, I think it was 18, but it was, she put a lot of thought into it. So it would just be something. Now I want to turn it back over to Mr. Bowie real quick, because he is a victim of relationship tattoos. So,
Oh, and you said spouse's name. If I was like tatted up, Justin would probably definitely be up on me somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I didn't mention getting my neck done.
He told me to get my lip print one day. You know, so.
all right. So, Mr. Bowie, tell us about this relationship tattoo.
Oh, Lord.
And
She
just tell us about the logic of it.
loves this. She wants me to talk about this. So I will say this: I'm not a big advocate, although I do have it. I have somebody's name from a previous relationship. It is not my wife's. I will say that. This is why I am not an advocate of it, because you put it on here, and I heard, you know, there's stigmas that come with different stuff you do. Like there's like myths, and they say as soon as you put somebody's name on it, y'all gonna break up. Like it's not gonna work. And so I didn't, you know, I was like, I was young. I went and did it at the spur of the moment. It was like I was out. I was next to a tattoo place. I was like, oh, let's go. So I was like, long ahead and put that name right there. And it's like.
So did she do it first, or you did it first?
No, I did it first.
Okay.
And of course, it caught off guard. She was like, oh, I didn't know you was going to do that. But then she liked it. And then she ended up putting my name on her. Now let me ask you guys.
Was your name her tramp stamp?
Excuse me?
Was your name on the lower back? On her lower back?
She loves this. She want to get off specific. No, the it's not a tramp stamp.
So where was your name on her?
Huh?
Where is your name on her?
Okay, so she loves this. She's gloating in this, and I'm gonna get on her after we get off the show. So mine is up here on my shoulder, her name, which, like I said, I got to get this removed to cover up.
Mm-hmm.
But for her, my name is actually on her derriere.
Oh wow.
She love you that much to go get her booty?
I mean, at the time, at the time, it was.
Okay.
I wonder what it is now. I'm pretty sure she done got it covered.
I think she wanted someone to see it. And
Yeah, but now it's like somebody else has got to see it that ain't me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how would y'all feel if you got in a relationship with somebody? I know y'all been together, but it's like that is a private area. Like Jay said, hey, we gonna, you know, it's nighttime. Let's go on and lose these clothes, get underneath these sheets, and then you get to that moment, you're like, okay, who the hell is Frank?
And you can't say Frank your daddy, because that would just be some weird.
yeah, that was weird.
Your daddy named Jimmy. Who is Frank? You know what I'm saying? So it kind of gives you one of those moments of like you got some explaining to do. So I'm a big advocate of tattoos. Like I said, I love it. It's been a while since I had one. I need to do one to cover this up.
Y'all hit us up if y'all know any good cover-up artists. It's time.
That's why she loves this.
It's
She wanted to talk about this. So,
I gotta look at it. Like Jay said earlier, who you paying this? I gotta look at the tattoo. I gotta lay next to him and be like, oh, okay.
I gotta look. Is my mama on here? But
no, Lisa, we could not go to Dago's. That's where he got it from.
Oh, Lord.
Man, but that was like many moons ago. I'm pretty sure. You know, Dago's.
Oh, we gotta be covered with Dago's. Yeah.
She got the name Chino.
Lord, that's why I got my pictures at Dago's. Shout out to Dago's on 45 North. on the north side. But yes, guys. So no, we gotta get ready to wrap up. Marcus gotta get ready to get this cover up because it's about time.
Ooh, wait till the show get over.
Yes.
But you know I love you. Giving you over a decade. I think it's time. All right, y'all.
I just want to say thank you guys
You
for
got 4
coming.
kids out of me. You good. You know I love you.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming. Y'all look awesome. Jay, I know I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Y'all ran into ATL on a brother. You know, I'm glad y'all doing y'all things. Y'all look good. I'm happy for y'all. I'm happy for you, brother, on your journey. The no drinking thing.
Yes,
God, bro, I'm proud of you, bro. You're doing your thing.
Yes, we love you guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to have y'all back. We miss y'all so much. So thank you guys for being our pop-up guests on tonight's show. You guys knocked it out with us. We love you. We appreciate you. And to our BTV family, thank you guys so much. And remember, never settle.
I always take it to the next level.
Grace and peace.
Already. Congratulations, y'all. Y'all are great. Love y'all.
Love you.
Thank you.
Jay, I see you. I gotta get one, bro. I gotta get one.
Girl time. Yes.
I see you over there shining. I see you, bro. I need a grill, babe. I need a grill.
She need a grill. What?
You know I miss my grill.
I need some diamonds.
Pass the boy up here with a grill. No.
Hey, let me pray for you.
He know I miss my open vein.
I know. All right. Good night, y'all. We love you.
Good night. Thank y'all for having us. Have a good